In this video, we will learn how to use cell A1 for the workbook and for each worksheet. Cell A1 should be used to give instructions and useful information about the whole workbook and about each individual worksheet. To save time, I've already prepared my text for each one. At the moment, I'm on the index page. I'm going to click in cell A1. And for the index page, this should give information about the whole workbook and how to navigate it. I've taken some text which I'm going to copy and paste into my cell. So I'm going to hit Ctrl V to paste. And first of all, let's look at some formatting issues. The first problem is that the text is spilling out of the cell. To correct that, I can either right-click or in the Home menu go to Cells and Format and go down to Format Cells. The second tab is Alignment, and in the text control section of that I have a box that says Wrap Text. I want to check that box and then click OK. That's automatically resized the box and now the text is wrapped. I would also like to put in some formatting for that. I'm going to give it some background colour. I may check the contrast of that in a later video. So the text I've used for cell 1 for the index page is "This workbook will guide you through the Dragon assistive software testing for a website and producing an action plan for remediation." So it's describing the purpose of the workbook. There are 4 sheets in this workbook, including this index sheet. That information will orient the user so that they have an understanding of how the workbook is set up. Hyperlinks are provided below, beginning in cell A2. Giving an indication of where things begin using the cell reference is really important. Now let's go to the Dragon tests sheet. So I'm going to copy and paste my cell 1 information in there. I'm going to this time right click and go to Format Cells. I will already be on the Alignment tab because it keeps it where you last left off. And I'll wrap the cell. Again, I'm going to put some background colour on that. I haven't created this sheet yet, but the information in cell A1 says, "This sheet will guide you through the tests required for Dragon. For each test, select Pass, Fail, Not Applicable or Not Tested. If the test fails, make notes about the fail." I may reword that slightly later, but for now that will do. I'm going to do the same for my summary sheet. I'm going to copy and paste it in. This time I'm going to use my keyboard to change the alignment, so I'm going to hit the Alt key, H for Home, O for Format, and E for Format Cells. I'm going to tab through the options until I get to Wrap Text. The focus isn't very strong, but I'm going to use the space bar to check the box saying Wrap Text. I'm going to keep going until I get to the OK button and hit Enter. I could do the same with my keyboard to apply that colour fill. I'm going to go to the H button and H again and select my colour. I did that using a mixture of tab and arrows. This one says, "This sheet provides a summary of your Dragon testing results. It gives an overview of how many passes and fails you have identified." Once I've created the sheet for this, the table of information, I will also then add in which cell the information begins in. Finally, my action plan. One way of repeating the formatting is to click in a cell and click the Format Painter, and then click on the cell that you want to apply that to, and that's now formatted my cell to match the other ones. So that's 4 different ways you have of formatting that cell. In this one I've put, "This sheet is for you to formulate your action plan to remediate the issues you have identified. Please fill in the form below to indicate what you are planning to do and when it will be completed." And again I will say which cell that table begins in. So that's how you can use cell A1 to give important information and to orient your reader particularly useful for those who use screen readers.